The year is 2006. Martin Scorsese has been snubbed for some of the best films ever made. Goodfellas, Taxi Driver, Raging Bull. I Like Casino a lot. Yeah. No, he hasn't done Hugo yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
These are some of the best films ever made, and he hasn't won a single Oscar. We're going to go into more detail in Oscar travesty. But to cut a long story short, 2007, Martin Scorsese wins his Oscar. He wins his Best Director Oscar, and it's the first Scorsese film to win Best Picture.
And the Oscar goes to Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese's road to the Oscars began in 1956 after he entered the seminary and then opted to channel his passions into film.
Thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please, please. Thank you. Thank you. Could you double check the envelope? Thank you. I mean, I'm overwhelmed with this honor with the Academy, and also the honor of being presented by my old friends. We go back 37 years. I'm so moved. I'm so moved. I just want to say too that so many people over the years have been wishing this for me. So, strangers, you know, I'm walking in the street, people say something to me. I go in a doctor's office. I go in a whatever. Elevators. People saying, "I wish you should win. You should win." I go for an X-ray. They say, "You should win one," and I'm saying thank you. And then, like some friends of mine over the years, and friends who are here tonight who are wishing this for me and my family, I thank you. This is for you.
And it is The Departed.
When I was your age, they would say we could become cops or criminals. What I'm saying is this. When you're facing a loaded gun, what's the difference?
This is not the regular police. This is the state police.
We are an elite unit.
This is who we're after.
Frank Costello.
You won't be paid as a regular cop, but there's a bonus involved.
So what do I do?
You will not ever know the identity of undercover people.
You have anyone in with Costello presently?
Maybe.
Do you know who I am?
Maybe not.
I'm gonna have my associates search you.
That was quick. You think he's dead already?
Get your hands off me!
I think we could work something out.
We are all convinced that Costello has at least one mole inside the Special Investigations Unit.
Now, I don't think anybody agrees that... I don't think anybody thinks that this is Scorsese's best film.
There are parts of my job I can't talk to you about.
Man, you are trouble.
You don't know the half of it. You better get organized, quick.
Hey, last time I checked, I tipped you off, and you're not in jail.
Getting the feeling we got a cop in my crew.
Sooner or later, he's gonna find out who I am, and he's gonna kill me. I can get the rat. You just gotta let me do it my way.
If you don't, it won't be me who pays for it.
There is a leak from the inside. It's real, man. Smoke him out.
You're lying to me.
There are things you don't want to know about.
What are you waiting for, honestly? I mean, do you want him to chop me up and feed me to the poor? Is that what you guys want?
How's your mother?
She's on her way out.
You all are. Act accordingly.
It's not even in his top 3.
I don't think anybody thinks it's his best directed film. Some people adamantly think this is a bad film. I love it. I think it's really rewatchable. I think it's just an absolute blast.
Again, it's another Saturday night, 11 o'clock film with your dad.
Just to see all these, people,
so many names.
And
Ray Winston.
And Ray Winston, just like Cats, except this time Ray Winston got credited.
He doesn't suddenly appear on a barge.
Cats. Jack Nicholson just going mental. Just no restraints at all. It's The Departed. Will, do you remember the first time you saw The Departed?
Oh, it must have been high school.
I remember when it first came on Sky or Channel 4 or whatever, and my mum and dad taped it and they were very excited and they all it was one of those like, we're going to settle down and watch it. Obviously I couldn't, I wasn't allowed, but I remember catching, it was either a killing or Mark Wahlberg swearing. And
as he does.
And I was like, this movie's great. I want to watch this movie. and then there was a sort of, I call it the breeding ground period where I just taped my TV guides were just covered in circles, and most of our Sky Planner was filled with movies. And when we would go on holiday, there was like 20% of our Sky Planner that was just movies. And eventually that changed when I got a little bit of disposable income and I could buy DVDs and Blu-rays and such. I watched The Departed and then I bought the Blu-ray and, I love The Departed. It's a great, very enjoyable film. Lots of flaws, let's say, which we'll break down, but I wouldn't want it any other way. YouTube comments. YouTube comments. This is perhaps the best cast a movie ever got. I don't think it is. I don't think it's the best cast ever. It's a very, 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 very good one. Mark Wahlberg, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Matt Damon, the Holy Trinity. Our Father who art in heaven, Mark Wahlberg, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Matt Damon. Mark Wahlberg and Matt Damon shouldn't be cast in the same movie. They look too similar. Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't look too dissimilar to them either.
Yeah, Leo looks a lot. I've often said Leo looks like Matt. Yeah.
I've never gone for that, but anyway. Matt looks like John Cena. Was I the only one who, when the psychiatrist passed by Sullivan after the funeral, just waited for to turn and say, "It's not yours anyway, XDD"?
Oh, what target audience has The Departed attracted?
Jack Nicholson reminds me of an older, more seductive Leonardo DiCaprio. I can see that.
Sure.
If there was a movie where Jack Nicholson was playing Leo's dad, I don't think I'd be too...
No.
Like, I wouldn't go, what?
Imagine him playing the Christopher Walken role in Catch Me If You Can.
Ooh, I don't know if that is, I don't know about that. Yes. Okay. So that's YouTube comments. Let's just jump straight into 10-minute stretch.
Let's do it.
I've got prior credits, which is actually 18 minutes, but
yeah, the montage and Jack.
What a credits! Like that's how you start a film.
Yeah.
You meet all the characters, and then as soon as shipping out to Boston, the dropkick, what they called, the dropkick monkeys. Oh, Jesus, shipping. Dropkick Murphys. And as soon as this starts, and you go, okay, this is the movie. Wow, this is the movie we're going to get. And I think it's really... I don't think this is an excellent screenplay. I think it's a a very enjoyable screenplay, but I think this first 20 minutes is very economic and is a really tight 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it sort of loses its way. And they sort of bowed down to Jack Nicholson, who said, I think there should be an opera scene and there should be a big orgy scene.
As I
make it,
believe he had a lot of creative input
yes.
to this film.
It was the dildo was his idea in the porno movie theatre. It did sort of feel like Jack just letting loose, and it was very enjoyable.
He's having a good time.
It's what we always talk about. It's very fun to watch movies where you can tell that everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
I have that. The rat conversation. It's not neat teeth and fucking.
And he's got his teeth. He's like
teeth and fucking rat. And then he's got the sketch of the rat. He drinks his whiskey, spits on it, slaps it out, sets it afire, and then I've always liked how delicately puts out the flame.
Jack can only imagine it was all improvised.
And then the best bit's when he comes back.
He comes and bats him.
Yeah. And he goes, forgot my cigarette. And he's like, shh. Ray Winston. He's doing a pantomime, and it's wonderful to watch. And then Ray Winston barely doing an American accent.
Yeah.
And then that's not quite a guy that you can't hit, but it's not a guy that you can't hit. So I'm going to make a ruling. You can't hit him. And then that's Jackie's nephew. The fuck? Oh, bang, bang, bang. I also love when Ray Winstone dies, spoilers, and he's about to burn and blow up, and he shoots himself, but he can't resist going, fuck it. So what? You're alone, nobody can hear you, and fuck it, bang. The microtransactors scene.
Yep, I've got that. The exchange.
Yeah, Nicholson throwing some very racial
hurling abuse.
Just hurling abuse at everybody in this film. I mean, Bostonians are famously quite a rough and not friendly to outsiders. I can't quote much of the dialogue for it being so villainously racist.
The very opening monologue is straight there.
He's throwing the N-words about. Yeah, I will quote one because it's one of my favourite lines, and it's not too aggressively racist. Is when he goes, and as for our problem in Providence, let's not cry over spilt guineas, because it's the phrasing of like spilt like milk. Nicholson is really. I wonder how long we'll go before we mention another actor in this film. Both.
When you look at my notes, it's just all Jack Nicholson.
Both roof scenes. So we've got the one with poor Martin Sheen dying. Oh, yeah. That's always.
He didn't have to do that, and it's a bad way to go, isn't it?
It's a terrible way to go.
Not falling, getting thrown off a building. You need Mr. Incredible to save you.
Yeah.
And then bon voyage.
Mind you, though, I've always thought when it comes to killing myself, I'd like to jump off somewhere so I get the exhilaration or something, and I pass out.
They say that when you do that, you have a fifth of an orgasm.
Do they now? I didn't. No, they don't.
No, that's just dark humor, really.
I could talk about autoerotic asphyxiation until I'm blue in the face.
What's the safe word?
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, what's the safe word they use?
I remember.
The
one where they're all in those contraptions. Yeah, good episode. That's probably one of my
favorite episode. Yeah,
season 3.
I love series 3. It's underrated.
Season 3 is good. I think the hand episode. I mean, we'll talk about it when we get there.
The hand is the best.
Oh, I was going to say the worst.
The worst.
How exciting!
Excellent.
And then obviously the final roof scene.
I'm not a big fan of the Papa Lazarus episode of the series either. I
really like that. Anyway, back to The Departed, Will. We'll talk about Luke Gentleman to our heart's delight soon enough. The second roof scene, the final, we call it the final roof, the final scene. It's not the final scene at all.
Yeah.
The climax.
Who's the roof?
And, oh, Jesus. And, oh, God.
No, that's great. The big confrontation between Matt and Leo.
Is there a bigger gasp? I'm going to ruin one of my specific favourite parts. Is there a more shocking death and a bigger gasp in recent memory than when that elevator opens and Leo gets popped? I can honestly remember being so startled, and I wish I could have seen it in the theatre. I've listened to, the Bill Simmons rewatchables. Listen to the rewatchables, it's incredible. And Bill Simmons and Chris Ryan talking about when they were in the cinema and how you heard an audible gasp. And I wish I could hear that. I want to show it with a bunch of friends, because I think that I think Scorsese is with Wolf of Wall Street. I'm very happy that Wolf of Wall Street exists. A, because it's an excellent film and I love Wolf of Wall Street. B, because it sort of gives you a lead-in to show people who wouldn't normally watch these sort of movies show them better movies. So Goodfellas, you go, oh no, yeah, it's the Martin Scorsese guy, and Departed, it's Martin Scorsese, yeah, Wolf of Wall Street, and Leo's in it. Shutter Island too. I think Shutter Island has a big mass appeal that has brought a lot of people
following with the youth.
Yeah, and it's just a good. It's one of those people love a good twist movie, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, and when I watched it again, I'm mocking people, but it was me when I first watched Shutter Island. We'll talk about it on the next episode. But Shutter Island was one of the first twists that I watched as a twist, because my mother bloody ruined every other twist for me. It was, you should watch Sixth Sense is Dead. Or you should watch Usual Suspects. There's this really good bit where his legs not a limp anymore and he's walking normally, and he's Scorsese and it's Kevin Spacey. My mother doesn't talk like that, as you all know, as you listen to the Grease episode. But and Psycho was ruined for me. Primal Fear was ruined for me. And don't you dare look at anything about Primal Fear, Will. I am not having the twist of Primal Fear be
I like how
ruined
protective you are.
I am protective of you. I wish I could. My great joy is that not enough people know Primal Fear, so that whenever I show them it, they're like, wow, why do people not talk about this? This is one of the great twists. Primal Fear is excellent. And we'll get to it. Richard Gere, Edward Norton, Laura Linney, Frances McDormand. More 10-minute stretches. The Jack death and Ray Winston death and the shootout. God. Just a good shootout. And I like the ending. I like the ending of that with the music sort of comes in and Damon. Great. I mean, again, the plot's very messy, but the whole the fact that Costello is an informant for the FBI, I always forget. I don't know why I forget it, but I think that's a good little.
You think he's some sort of independent mob boss, or but he's
giving everybody up. He's giving everybody up. And the envelope scene from the porno theatre into the envelope, where Damon kills the poor Asian guy, and is accidentally. Any other nominations, Will, for 10-minute stretch?
I think we're going to have to skip this entirely, because we've matched on everything.
Oh,
there you go.
Wow.
Oh,
Tom's weirdly specific favourite parts of the film. I've always liked when they just miss each other at the very, very start. When
any time when characters that will have an ultimate conflict or confrontation, when they that close, it's great.
Heat is one of the best structured movies of all time.
Because it's got De Niro and Pacino.
And it's so brilliantly builds up to the diner coffee scene, and then it continues, and then the final shootout. God, I love Heat. I had coffee with Macaulay an hour ago. I love Heat. Who doesn't love Heat? Cats in Heat. Cats don't like heat, do they? But we don't like cats. Kill cats.
We don't like cats. No.
Hashtag kill all cats.
Okay.
If the show ever starts a hashtag.
Cool for cats. Kill the cats.
Cool for cats, yeah. No, but hashtag Cool for Cats is a great song by Squeeze. Hashtag, but actual cats, kill them.
They get squeezed.
They get squeezed. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
You got any suits? You're going to walk around like you're going to invade Poland. You know that's a reference to the fact that Nazis based their uniforms off the Massachusetts police.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
which is a fact that I will never not forget now. The flowers from Frank at Billy's mother's funeral. Just a lovely little touch. Again, it's one of those near-miss things of like, you know, ditching the wire after the whole hand conversation. And I read the part when you tell them which end he jerked off with. And then he just rips that wire and throws it out into the water. Yeah, and I don't blame him. Alec Baldwin is my sneaky favourite part of this movie.
Yeah.
The ice
he does
ball
that a lot,
scene.
doesn't he? He has cameos where he just walks into a meeting room and does a big speech. He does that in a lot of stuff.
I mean, the famous one is Glengarry Glen Ross. I mean, they needed.
I mean, it was written for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, they needed it to be 10 minutes longer than the play, and so Mamet just wrote this one scene, and wow, maybe the best scene in the film. Who knows? We'll see. The Baldwin ice bowl, where he just dumps his head in an ice bowl. The duck toy kill. This is where he's in the middle of the therapy session and he's about to take his mother's oxy, and you know the duck toy lands perfectly, and I'm not gonna kill you, bang! And the stress is really getting. I always laugh. I don't think it's supposed to be funny when Vera Farmiga, the therapist, is on the phone and Frank calls her and he goes, and he's got the voice box so he's not recognised, and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's a cancer guy."
Like Partridge. Oh, what's that?
Oh, stop that! I'll have a lady boy. Baldwin playing golf, talking about marriage. No, it's good because it tells people that you're not a homo. You know, they trust. You know, that somebody can stand you.
You've just made me very excited, Tom. You've reminded me I'm off to play golf tonight, and I couldn't be happy.
Actual golf or mini golf?
Top golf. It's a thing they have in the south, apparently, and it's just a driving range, but with big targets you land on. But it sounds quite fun.
I think I've seen that on people's Instagrams.
Up in the north, we have your raw down to earth driving range.
How's your wedding coming along?
Great. She's a doctor.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Yeah.
Marriage is an important part of getting ahead. Lets people know you're not a homo. Married guy seems more stable. People see the ring, they think at least somebody can stand the son of a bitch. Ladies see the ring, they know immediately you must have some cash and your cock must work.
Yeah, it's working. Overtime.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, thank you.
Because we do things proper.
Yeah, but there is not enough room, is there, in the south?
No. It's famously smaller than the north.
The cop game, it really works. The whole, you're a cop. What? You're a cab. You ignored us, so you're a cab. The shot of Martin Sheen falling and the complete cut of music.
Yeah. And then the splat.
Oh, my God. World needs plenty of bartenders. Always like that. What's better? The bit in Heat where Pacino and De Niro look at each other through the heat censoring, and De Niro realizes that they're being caught on the CCTV, or the phone call in this where they both are on the other end of the phone and they can hear each other, but they know that it's the rat and they know that it's the mole.
That's pretty good.
They're both the same scene, more or less, and they're both wonderful. The Leo death and just the most rat bastard, weaselly Matt Damon moment. And I'd like to go on record that I'm personally recommending Billy Castigan for the Medal of Honor, for the Medal of Merit. Oh, God. You bastard. Will's more general favourite Pandora film.
Here we go. Again, Jack with his teeth in the rat scene. He's almost emulating that of a rat. I love the spotlight. It's like a Looney Tune coming on Leo when he's walking up the steps, and you've got the circle, and it comes out.
I don't know where I sit on the keyhole. I think I like it. I like it.
It's cool. I like the angle where Matt's in the lift and then he looks down to his walkie-talkie and he just adjusts it. Because you can just imagine little Scorsese stood at full height.
Yes.
I like it in the exchange scene where Matt's having a go at the computer guy and he's like, you must be the other guy. And I'm like, hey, because he's in the other guys.
That's why you like that moment. Not because it's a really funny, good moment.
No,
you like it because
there's a big picture of Will Ferrell came up in my face. Yeah.
Do you really like the other guys? I bet you do.
No, I don't think it's a good film. I think it's a hit and miss. It's got a few
moments.
Good laughs. I like the opening with Dwayne
Samuel L.
Johnson.
Jackson. Yeah, that's good.
That's great. That's the best bit. But then I think the plot. No, that and then also Will Ferrell having a really hot wife. That whole joke.
Yes, that's
great.
Yeah, that's good. It's weird because it's got also lots of stuff with Steve Coogan, and it's about politics and it's about the financial scandal. It's because it's Adam McKay who then went on to do Big Short and Vice.
Yeah,
it's like he wanted to put something serious into this movie where pelicans can't fly or whatever. Michael Keaton as the police chief who's inadvertently doing all the TLC references is great.
That's great.
It's got a lot of good moments. I can't. Yeah,
it's got a lot going for it, but it's just not a good film. I've got Jack in the opera, that shot with the red lights.
Yes. And
leading
on
cocaine. Throwing the. You want some? It's great.
Don't move until you're numb.
Oh, Jack. I've got the when he's on the phone and they've got a warehouse at Sheffield. I thought, oh, I live in Sheffield.
I don't think they're talking about the same Sheffield, Will.
No, they don't go all the way to South Yorkshire.
Yeah, I might go on a limb. Any other nominations?
That's it. I had a lot today. You'd be proud of me.
I'm very proud of you, Will. Kid, I'm proud of you. I'd like to personally recommend you for the Medal of Merit because you've got so many specific general favourite parts of the film. Oscar travesty. Now, there's a big... Go on.
I'm going to say the Oscar travesty is that it won.
Now, this is the thing. People always look at it that way. I at time of recording, everybody will have read it and will have admired it. Well, but I've written an essay about consolation prizes at the Oscars. And, I did multiple different categories and all that, but I ranked The Departed as a non-consolation because people think that it was a big consolation prize, and it was. It was about time that Scorsese won his Oscar, and it was about time that Scorsese film won. But then you look at the nominees, and you realise it wasn't a consolation. This is the best film of the year.
Yeah,
it's the best directed film of the year. Your other nomination, I'd say Little Miss Sunshine. I adore. I've always loved Little Miss Sunshine.
It's great.
And so I'd probably put that up against it. But
I
Babel's
love the
bloated.
Queen. I love the Queen.
I bet you, yeah.
I think Michael's very good.
Yeah. The Queen, yeah, it's a fine...
He does a good Tony. And the guy who plays Charles, Alex Jennings, something like that.
Is it Alex,
He
the guy who
played-
plays Alan Bennett in Lady in the Van?
Yes,
It's been a while since that's Alex Jennings. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen the Queen.
He
no, James
played
Cromwell. James Cromwell plays Prince Philip. Oh, sorry, yeah, no, Alex Jennings plays Prince Charles.
He played Willy Wonka when I went to see it at the West End.
Oh, did he? Did he?
Yeah, and he also played Hugh Grant's pervy friend in The Very British Scandal. Like,
Alex Jennings is great.
I'm 80-20.
Alex Jennings is wonderful. I saw him in.
I love Alex.
I saw him in the MT Live of a play called
Hansard.
Hansard. Yes. Did you see Hansard?
I also watched that.
What a wonderful.
It led me to win a quiz at the local pub because the question was, "What's the review of the local political? What's it called?" And it was like, I've actually watched a National Theatre play.
Oh, it's a National Theatre play about a mother and father dealing with the death of their closeted son who they neglected and rejected. The answer is Hansard. Yes. What did the first half of that conversation have to do with anything? It was really good. It was really, really good. Lindsay Duncan was marvellous.
And a great sort of one-piece set piece.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah.
The only bit I didn't like on this Hansard episode, the only bit I didn't like was when she went, and it's got we're in a bloody play, and it's got no interval. And I thought, okay, bit on the nose. Calm down.
And then they both turned to the audience.
Yeah, I went,
hey.
Oh,
this is a bit of a Hansard.
What? Helen Mirren won Best Actress. She shouldn't have. It should have been Judi Dench in Notes on a Scandal. Judy's best performance by far.
Dude, I mean, I think people don't realise how bloody good Judi Dench is.
Have you seen Notes on a Scandal?
I haven't.
The best Judy film, best Bill Nighy film, best Cate Blanchett film. Oh, what a good film. Adapted by Patrick Marver from Knowing Me, Knowing You.
I think Forrest Whitaker deserves that. I put Will Smith. I love Pursuit of Happiness.
You do.
I put that second nomination. I'm surprised why Leo's got a nomination for Blood Diamond with his very poor South African accent.
It's in Fun Facts. Basically, his agents and campaigning, they said he's got a better chance with Blood Diamond than he does The Departed. And I'm going to ruin one of my Tom's Big Questions now. Is this Leo's best performance?
What, Blood Diamond?
Yes. No, The Departed. Because people always jump to Wolf of Wall Street. People always jump to The Revenant. I mean, The Revenant... That was a gimme. That was a consolation prize. Anyway, it was a great performance, but it was a bit of a consolation prize. I think this is his best. I think it's got.
I mean, that pill scene alone is great. It's up in the top three. I'd have to think about the other stuff he's done, but it's definitely he's good.
I'm actually going to betray myself. I think it's probably Wolf. Wolf, I've always said, is the one he should have won for, but. You disagree with that. You think it should have been Chiwetel Ejiofor for 12 Years a Slave.
Yes.
Neither one, though. It was McConaughey for Dallas Buyers. So, we've got Mark Wahlberg in for Best Supporting Actor. The only acting nomination for The Departed. Now, this is a movie with one of the largest casted and all that, and it gets nothing. Now, I think it should have been Leo for Best Actor.
Jack for Best Supporting.
And Matt Damon in Best Actor, actually. I think they should have done a real Godfather or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Get rid of Peter O'Toole.
Yeah, get rid of Peter O'Toole. He's okay. I'd actually give Vera Farmiga a little nod in here in Best Supporting Actress. I think she does a fine job.
Yeah. She's very, very good in... The Conjuring universe. Oh. See, I do like horror films.
Yes, you do. It won Best Screenplay. Wow.
I'd give it to Borat.
Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't give it to Borat because Borat's mainly improvised.
Yeah, it's not a screenplay, is it?
Well, no, it is a screenplay.
Oh, it is. No,
it is a screenplay.
To be honest, yeah, the plot, the loose plot that obviously with his advisor and all that, that's not the best part of it. The best stories are, of course. Oh, we'll have to do a Borat episode. We'll do a Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
Week.
Notes on a Scandal, though, I think, pardon me, is the best screenplay there. It won another win for Thelma. We've done so many Scorsese movies. We've not talked about Thelma Schumacher.
We haven't.
However,
I've got a few editing things in my change.
Okay.
Sorry, Thelma.
Sorry, calm down, Thelma. Anything else we'd give it? Children of Men, though, is the best film of this year. I mean, Children of Men, one of the best movies ever. So
Is this Prestige yet?
I don't think Prestige needs an Oscar.
Oh, it's my favourite Nolan.
Yeah, it's my favourite Nolan too. I don't know what Oscar I'd give it.
Michael Caine.
The first part of a trick is the first. The second, are you watching closely? The third part.
Daddy! Daddy!
Daddy!
It's
and then cut to Hugh Jackman in a. I mean, we'll divulge in the Prestige episode, but where do you sit on the whole Prestige ending?
I love it. I know you've always been hit.
I don't know.
You change your mind about it, don't you?
It's a bit like Magnolia, where 95% of the film is one of the best films I've ever seen. So I sort of give the ending.
What is it you don't like about the ending?
I just think it's a film built on realism, and then you throw in a duplication machine.
Okay.
And that's just it, isn't it? Really, that's the end of the story.
But it's Bowie playing a magic Nikola Tesla, so you can let him off.
Yeah. That's it, really.
What's it? One of the best. Well, the best part of the film is the Bale reveal. But we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Good.
And then obviously the more double crossing from there. But this is
The Departed,
a Departed episode,
which is a film completely of double crosses. You can never have enough double crosses in this movie. We'll start rebuilding our set.
Oh, I said the opera.
Do you not think Matt Damon's apartment is incredible?
It's a nice apartment. I'm actually leaning more towards nowadays very happily living in a flat or an apartment.
Yeah,
obviously.
A house.
Well, it depends where I'd live. If I live in London, I'd be very happy with a flat, but like a nice
You'll
flat.
have no choice.
Yeah,
for a start.
Yeah. But no. Well, the idea is to work in the south where the money is, and then rest second half of my life back up in the north with that money to spend it on a nice house and an easier life. Yeah, just designing a few houses here. I want to build my own house as long as I get to do that.
Just like Woody Harrelson, and you'll have to sell Becky off to Robert Redford to make your dream come true.
So, do you know what we do here? My section.
Sir, yes, sir, I have an idea.
Whoa. Let's say you have no idea and leave it at that, okay? No idea. Zip. None. If we had an idea about what we do, we would not be good at what we do, would we? We would be cunts. You calling us cunts?
Staff Sergeant Dignam has a style of his own. I'm afraid we all have to get used to it.
So, you got family connections down in Southie, right? Through your father? Why don't you tell us about your Uncle Jackie?
He was a carpet layer for Jordan Marsh.
Uncle Jackie was a small-time bookie who attended bar at the Vets in Somerville. He got popped by Nicastro in '95. We found his body out by the airport.
That's right. I remember his funeral.
Good. Closed casket?
That's right.
So, tell anybody up at Deerfield? That is before you got kicked out for wailing on a gym teacher with a folding chair? You had an uncle met his demise like that.
Best single minute. Why don't you kick us off then, seeing as I sort
Thank you. So you greedily took 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I've got Jack at the Opera, throwing coke.
Yeah.
I've got Jack and Leo at bar number 2. I think this is... So I put 10 minutes the first time round. Jack and Leo are in the bar, and he's on about, are you a cop? And then I put my minute is the rat with Ray Winston.
I do realise now, as I put rat, I should have specified, because I actually think that my 10-minute stretch was the busting of the busting of the belt, the belt, Jesus Christ, the busting, what's it called? Cask. Busting of the cast.
Yes.
And that whole shabal. Yeah, go
on. And that's it.
That's it, fair enough. I've got bar, the cranberry juice, you know. It's a natural diuretic. My wife gets it when she's on a period. You on your period? Except that has a change, because Ray Winston goes at the end, what are you drinking? Cranberry juice. What are you, on your period? And then he goes, get this guy a cranberry juice. But he's already got the cranberry juice. It's still on the bar. He didn't get knocked over in the fight. It's still there. He's like, the bartender should go, it's already there, Ray.
It's already there, Ray Winston.
It's already there. Ray Winston. What's he called? Big Z. What's the character called? Irish. What's he named? Frenchie, that's it.
Oh, that's it.
Frenchie. And
Mr. French. Mr. French.
And you should go, what the fuck did you just say? It's just there. It's all right. It's just there. Not been spilt. Do you want me to get him another cranberry juice?
I'd love to play the cameo comedy relief barman in every gritty cop thriller.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell, you're at it again. Like the guy who has to serve Michael Douglas's first drink again in Basic Instinct when he starts going off the rails. And he's like, I'll have a blackjack. He goes, oh, are you sure, Nick? You've not been on it for a while. What's the matter with you? He goes, oh, this is crazy.
You don't want to repeat what happened in that McDonald's again.
Yeah. It's good. He just starts talking to him like all of his movies are the same. Do you remember when you were falling down?
And you shrunk that man down fairly small.
Ask me what the best part of Ant-Man is, Will.
What's the best part of Ant-Man?
It's the part that the entire movie where Michael Douglas calls, because he's called Scott, and he goes, Scott. And in Behind the Candelabra, he plays Liberace, and Matt Damon's his gay lover called Scott, and he keeps going, Scott. So every time in Ant-Man, when he used to call him Scott, I'd laugh to myself, and nobody else in the cinema was laughing. Behind the Candelabra, upcoming episode in Douglas Fortnight. We love Michael Douglas. Who doesn't love Michael Douglas? A single minute. Yeah, the elevator, the hitting on Vera Farmiga in the elevator.
Yes.
You know, like, I get it. Okay.
And then he looks down at his walkie-talkie to see little Martin.
My favourite part is the bit where he goes, where she gives him the card and he goes, I don't need the card, I'm a detective. I'm just kidding, I need the card. And like, I get it. So many meet cute scenes, you're like, why the hell are these two in a relationship? But you're like, no, all right, he's sexy, he's a bit charismatic. Yeah, he's a bit, that bastard knee. Bastard cheek. He's got it. The therapy scenes, because then we also completely understand why she has sex with Leo in my next single minute, the comfortably numb sequence. Not just the sex, I'm not just a pervert, but him coming to her in the rain and comfortably numb playing and yeah. I mean, is it a Tom's Big Question? Whose baby?
I don't want you to move until you're comfortably numb.
Yeah, don't move until you're comfortably numb.
then it starts playing.
Have become comfortably numb. Are we a bit? Do we like Pink Floyd? Well,
I love Pink Floyd.
Yeah. What are we thinking Pink Floyd wise?
I mean, you've got the whole Another Brick in the Wall album.
Yeah.
It's good.
All in all, you're just another brick. There's no shame in admitting that Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 is the best Pink Floyd song. It's incredible. But also,
Wish You Were Here. I like Wish You Were
yeah,
Here.
Money is great.
But so I dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's good.
But also I'm a big fan of obviously Comfortably Numb.
Yeah.
The finale, the Mark Wahlberg killing of Matt Damon, great, because you just about forget about him, and then he comes back. I also like the rude dog lady that knows, like when Matt Damon goes to the dog, hey, come here, and the lady just pulls the dog away as if she knows, or the dog knows, or something. And then that wonderful Mark Wahlberg dressed up like he does. Bang! All the shots in this are brilliant. Real, proper killing. It's great. And you said all your single nominations, didn't you?
I have.
Best line. Oh. There's lots. Here's a few. I'm going to go over smoke right now. You want to smoke? You don't smoke? You do you right? What are you? One of those fitness freaks? Go fuck yourself. Without asking too many questions, do you have anyone in with Costello presently? Maybe? Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
A running theme.
Go on.
Oh, no, I just said there's a running theme.
There's a running theme?
Yeah.
Of what?
Of people fucking themselves.
Oh, yeah. Who let this IRA motherfucker in my bar? Only kidding. How's your mother? Oh, I'm afraid she's on her way out. We all are. Act accordingly. It's like half a really good line that they think is going to be quoted forever, and half is that what? Act accordingly? The cops are saying he's a cop, so I won't look for the cop. Are you soft fits? When I tell you to dump a body in the marsh, you dump him in the marsh, not where some guy from John Hancock goes every Thursday to get a fucking blowjob. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. This ain't reality TV. It doesn't even make any sense. Any nominations, Will?
I've got, hey, you fellas come from Providence? Isn't any of your business where we come from, is it now? Fucking delivering cannolis or something? Love that.
I also like the Indian guy when they call it, when they're racist and they keep calling him Babu, and he goes, my name is fucking Singh. You are not my friend. You don't even know my name. It's really good. Why is the last patient of the day always the hardest? Because you're tired and you don't give a shit. It's not supernatural. And final nomination. I got this rat. This gnawing, cheese-eating fucking rat. It brings up questions, you know. See, Bill, you're the new guy. Girlfriend, why don't you stay in the bar that night? I got your numbers. Social security numbers. Everybody's fucking numbers. Is there something that you just want to go ahead and ask me? Because I'll give you the fucking answer, all right? Frank, look at me. Look at me. I'm not the fucking rat, okay? I'm not the fucking rat. How many times do you think the phrase, I'm not the fucking rat, is said? I should have counted them, but I didn't. What's the change? Talk about throwing one of the greatest editors of all time under the bus.
Oh, it's only one. It's only one.
Okay,
it's when they're by the river and they have the little fights, and where Leo expertly throws the coffee out of his hand. It's a great aim.
It blows away in the wind.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. And they get in the car. They're after the car, and then there's just one cut where you can tell it's two takes, and it's Leo saying da, 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 and then it's he's having a mad one, and then we change for a camera angle from the other side of the car, and he turns around and goes da, 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 and it's just.
So apart from minuscule continuity errors.
Yeah, apart from that, you can have an Oscar.
Does the final half an hour of this movie get comical with the amount of deaths?
No, it's The Departed.
They're all dead. Speaking of which, the zoom in on Matt Damon saying, what's the name of The Departed? It zooms in. How? Are they doing it on purpose? Oh, they are doing it on purpose, obviously. Martin Scorsese using Gimme Shelter for the third time. He's used in Goodfellas, Casino, and this. It's getting borderline ridiculous. I was surprised it wasn't an Irishman. The texting ability of Matt Damon in his own
Especially with
pocket.
those old phones.
I don't know.
You've got to click 4 times on that one, and then 3 times on that, and then 2 times on that. They're not touchscreen, are they?
The envelope dash, where Leo disappears straight away. Surely he just stays put, talks to the black guy, just does any number of things other than what he does. And also, is it that easy to delete a file? To delete an entire person's undercover aim?
Hillary did it. Oh!
Political.
Oh!
Raw. And then the famous thing that everybody hates, the rat. The rat at the end of the film.
It's probably inspired by The Departed. We had, it was just a minor quarrel, but we created a Facebook group page called The Rat. I think it's still active, in which we tried to discover who it was. Turns out it was Scott. Hi, Scott. You are the rat. There you go. That's a.
Was the cover photo the rat on the banister on the?
It was Jack Nicholson with his teeth.
Non-teeth fucking rat. When he's got his dildo, that's a great scene. Alternate end. Oh, sorry. What's left from Will's notes?
Nothing.
What's left from Tom's notes? Boggs the rapist is in this movie, and he's a nice guy.
He is.
Which is always weird to see. It's one of those, I feel sorry for him in a way, because there's no way you're not Boggs for the rest of your life when it comes to acting.
I thought you meant the character Boggs, not the actor.
Yeah, I really feel sorry for Boggs. From what I heard, he had the rest of his life drinking out of a straw. The voice break when Leo, on Officer Brown, when Leo goes, I got tapes and tapes of this guy, he's a rat. And then, maybe you do. But I've always liked that.
You're always pissed.
You're always pissed. Maybe you do. Okay, it's time for a few fun facts then, Will.
What?
Here we are. Leonardo DiCaprio called his one-on-one scene with Jack Nicholson one of the most memorable moments of his life. I don't blame him. Mark Wahlberg based his performance on the police officers who'd arrested him about a dozen times in his youth. Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg is also like Tommy Lee Jones. He always plays a police officer.
He doesn't in Buggy Nights.
No, he doesn't. You've just ruined my theory now.
I'm sorry. Leonardo described his character as being in a constant 24-hour panic attack. You can tell. Martin Scorsese really wanted who for the role of Costello?
Jack Nicholson?
No.
No? Tom Cruise?
Al Pacino. But Al Pacino turned it down. Jack Nicholson was Scorsese's second choice.
Why did Al not want to do it?
Doesn't say.
Oh. And he chose Jack and Jill.
I don't think he did at this point anyway, but yeah, he did choose Jack and Jill. According to Ray Winstone, he and Jack Nicholson did not get along with each other during filming.
Oh.
I know. Mark Wahlberg easily fell back at his native Boston accent. Martin Scorsese joked it was so thick they'd need subtitles. Like when they released Trainspotting in America, it had subtitles. Originally,
Happy Valley in the South.
Yeah, good God. That opening scene of Happy Valley. Okay, so I know a lot about you. Do you want to know about me? I've got a drug addict sister. I've got a, it's so bloody cheap. But I do like Happy Valley.
I love Happy Valley.
Originally, Brad Pitt was cast as Colin Sullivan, but was later dropped out to work with Alejandro Inarritu. He continued to produce the film under his and his then wife Jennifer Aniston's production company, Plan B. Is this movie better or worse with Brad Pitt as Colin Sullivan?
I mean, he's in my top 10 favourite actors. You can't go wrong with a bit of Brad Pitt.
But I actually think that Matt Damon is perfect in this role. And
Oh,
I think
he
that
is.
Matt
He
Damon
is.
is better in
Yes.
this role.
He's almost adjustment bureau level Matt Damon.
The scene where Frank Costello throws cocaine on hookers was one of the many bizarre ideas contributed by Jack Nicholson, who also suggested wearing a strap-on for the scene with Matt Damon in the porn theatre. Martin Scorsese expresses the highly unpleasant experience in making the film. He states, moral ground zero, I call it. All the characters killed at the end, basically everyone, and there was no place to go after that. You know, I hardly did any press for that film. I was tired of it. I felt it was so maddening. I mean, I like the picture, but the process of making it, particularly in the post-production, was highly unpleasant. I don't care how much I'm being paid, it'll kill me. I'll die, very simply. Every time an X appears in a scene, someone dies. But also, the X's appear in scenes where people don't die. So it's a bit like the orange in Godfather. Like, sometimes it's, there and all that. Go on, Will. How many times is the F word and its derivatives used?
I'm going to go 269.
208. 38.
Ah.
238.
I'll have that.
Even closer.
Close.
Screenwriter William Monahan envisioned a sequel to the film, citing that it would have focused on overlooked aspects of the first film, such as political corruption. Monahan had watched the sequels to the original film. Oh, we've not talked about how this is a remake of Infernal Affairs.
Of the,
Chinese,
which is a
Chinese movie. Yeah. Which I haven't seen in a very, 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 very long time.
I don't think Scorsese was aware of.
No, until he signed on to direct it. Until he was officially signed on, he didn't know. And he saved it for himself as a treat for after watching it. And apparently he very much enjoyed it. Mark Wahlberg also indicated that Dignam would have been the main character in this sequel film. So would we? I think I'd watch a Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin's still alive.
Hey.
In the film, not. I mean,
yes,
definitely.
Is he still alive in the Mission Impossible universe, or was he definitely killed?
No, he's dead.
Oh,
I know, it's a shame, isn't it? It's really a shame. Ray Liotta was the original choice for the role of Dignam, but had to reluctantly decline due to other commitments. Ooh.
Too old for Dignam.
Is he too old for Dignam only because we've seen Mark Wahlberg, or is he too old for Dignam? I could.
He's not too old because we see him in the training recruitment montage at the beginning.
It's established. Dignam.
We do.
No, we don't. You're thinking of Damon again.
I'm sorry.
Dignam's very much in his place by the time that the two guys are. Yeah. I just want Ray Liotta to, because that's the
more stuff.
That's the basic joke of every meme on the Scorsese fan pages is how Ray Liotta only got to do one film, and I don't know why. He was excellent. Matt Damon decided his character should be more impotent. Should be impotent to counter Frank's macho personality. Martin Scorsese deliberately chose not to watch Infernal Affairs, the original that it was based on, until after he'd completed the film. Jack Nicholson refused to wear a Boston Red Sox hat during filming and instead wore his New York Yankees hat.
I am killing you.
Did you think you were the only one he had on the inside? Costello was gonna sell us to the FBI. It's you and me now, you understand? We gotta take care of each other, you understand?
Yeah.
Jack, you dog.
Oh.
Tom's big question. This is a movie of just people stealing the show after scene after scene after scene. Who steals the show?
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. Or is it?
But I'd throw Alec Baldwin in there.
I was going to say Alec Baldwin. Yeah, the golf scene alone, makes people know they do cock works, and then yeah, it's working overtime. It's like, that's good to hear. Wonderful stuff. Whose baby is it? I mean, it's Billy's. Or is it? It's Billy's.
It's Billy's.
It's Billy's. Does Vera abort the baby, or does she have it?
She has it.
Yeah. Why does Vera not reveal and speak to anybody about what she knows?
Because she'll get killed.
So once Matt Damon has been killed, does she then go and reveal what she knows?
Ooh. Or do people come to find her?
Who would come to find her, though? Who's dead? Everybody's dead.
Actually,
she has no
everybody's dead.
Does Mark Wahlberg? How does Mark Wahlberg know that Matt Damon's the rat? Because he's the only one left.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
I guess maybe just a grudge for getting fired.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a bad guy. You can tell he's a bad guy. Synopsis of a sequel. I mean, if Mark Wahlberg has his way, there'll be a whole series of Dignam movies. But I don't think that we will be getting those any time soon. So concludes.
I've realised I'd say a good few weeks we've not done Closing Line Hall of Fame, and it's really sad.
This is true. Okay, so this one's okay. Bang. So what a week.
He says bang.
Yeah, what a week to bring it back. That's going to be your new job, Will. You're going to keep track of Opening Line Hall of Fame and Closing Line Hall of Fame.
Yay.
I have to do everything. I have to do the fun facts. I have to do the lines. I have to do the YouTube comments. And all you've got to do is take down two lines.
And sometimes I draw the pictures.
Yes, well, those are excellent.
What they're
going to be this time? What's it going to be?
Departed. You could be Jack holding a dish of Coke if you want.
Right, in his dressing gown with the handful of Coke and his wide eyes. And people are going to go, why isn't it like a picture of Leo and Matt Damon with a gun or something? Go, no, it's with a speech.
Did you enjoy it? Because up to recording, I've only just done some Series 2 stuff. I think in the middle of designing that. Did you enjoy number 9, Series 3?
I sure did.
Picture, and also Rear Window was a good one.
Rear Window was
with
lovely.
the camera.
It was well, yeah, with the camera. Very good. Next episode, we round out our first dip into Scorsese with Shutter Island.
Do our ranking.
And yeah, we will be joined by at time of recording. If we will postpone and we won't reveal any special guests until we are sat and recording with us. So you'll just have to wait.
And then that's a series ender. That's the series end of Series 6.
And we'll talk about what's coming in Block 7, Series 7, when we get.
It's a great book.
They're all great. Well,
the next 2 series I'm very excited for.
They're all great. And why aren't you? And so you're not excited about the Coen Brothers and Educating Rita and Con Air.
I didn't scroll down further.
And then you got Jack Nicholson and the Naked Gun movies, and then the Sherlock Holmes and Mel Brooks, and Will.
Finally, some films I've heard of.
Finally, what do you mean? Finally, you absolute bastard.
The closer we get to Click, the happier I'll be.
Then he'll stop.
Then I'll retire. Then we finish this endeavour. That might be a nice place to end on click.
I would rather drop dead than end on click. I will have nothing. But
We could finish it. I can have the remote and I could turn off the channel.
Little 9-year-old
in
Amy.
20 years' time, someone discovers this old strange YouTube channel.
Little 9-year-old Amy watched Click, and she went, "Why did he have to be fat?" And I said, "I don't know. I've never seen Click." And then we watched the Muppets, and she was like, "Hey, I love the Muppets now." This is the best quote ever. So it's like, okay, what movie are we going to watch? So it's like, well, we download Father of the Bride because I know she likes weddings, and who doesn't like weddings? And Father of the Bride, what a wonderful film! I love Father of the Bride. Steve Mine and Diane Keaton.
Yeah,
Mine Sean, and that doesn't work. And so I was like, because she'd just been to Florida. I was like, "Did you go on Muppet Vision 3D?" He was like, "Yeah." So okay, we'll watch the Muppets. I was like, "Oh, I've never seen the Muppets." I was like, "Oh, you've never seen the Muppets?" Oh, and I was really excited. And I ran upstairs to get the Muppets. And then she said to Isabel, my sister, she said, I never thought I'd see a 20-year-old so excited about the Muppets.
I can imagine your sister just went, you don't know half.
You don't know the half of it.
Dabba 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 da da ba 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 ba.